Okay, imagine for a second you're trying to find that amazing new coffee place everyone's talking about, but you're in a totally unfamiliar part of town. Or maybe you're dashing through a huge airport trying to make a connection. Or even just stuck in rush hour in your own city. How much do we all rely on that little map icon on our phones? It's almost like, well, second nature now, isn't it? So, this deep dive, it isn't just about getting from A to B. Our mission today is really to unpack the incredible story of Google Maps, how it went from a pretty simple tool to this global information powerhouse that's just fundamentally changed how we interact with the world. And here's where it gets really interesting. A huge part of this indispensability, it's actually fueled by people just like you. Everyday users, people contributing their local knowledge, photos, reviews. We're going to pull back the curtain a bit and focus on one person's amazing journey, Matthew McGuire, a level 7 Google local guide. So let's dig in. How did Google Maps become so essential, and what's the real story behind those millions of contributions that make it tick?
It really is remarkable, isn't it, how something so, well, basic at the start is now just everywhere. Google Maps, it actually began its life as a C++ desktop program, developed way back by a company called Where2 Technologies in Sydney. Google obviously saw the potential, snapped them up in 2004, and then launched the web version we sort of recognized in February 2005. Initially, yeah, very basic, just address lookups and, simple directions.
Right, just the core function. Get me there. But the speed they added stuff was pretty incredible. Just months later, still in 2005, they layered on satellite imagery. That was revolutionary, that bird's eye view. Then came Street View in 2007. Suddenly, you could virtually walk down streets. I mean, that was mind-blowing at the time.
Definitely. And maybe the biggest turning point was 2008, the mobile versions for Android and iOS. That really put powerful navigation in everyone's pocket, truly on the go. Then a year later, turn-by-turn navigation. That's when it really cemented its place as the app you used for driving directions.
Yeah.
And they haven't stopped. Think about Live View now, that augmented reality feature. It overlays arrows right onto your camera view. It's in, over 50 cities worldwide now.
Yeah, super useful in confusing areas. And it's moved beyond just convenience, right? It's about impact too, like the eco-friendly routes. The source material says by the end of 2022, that feature alone prevented something like 1.2 million metric tons of carbon emissions.
That's huge. A really significant environmental saving.
It really is. But stepping back, you just see this picture of, well, sheer dominance. How deeply integrated is Google Maps now? I mean, the numbers are wild. It's the top navigation app globally. Over 10 billion downloads just from the Google Play Store.
10 billion. Just let that sink in.
And it's the third most downloaded Google app overall, just behind YouTube and YouTube Kids, at least as of late 2023.
And it's not just downloads, it's the engagement. That's key. Over 1 billion monthly active users. 1 billion. Back in 2019, almost 70% of smartphone users were using it. And the people who use it really use it. Like 50 sessions a month on average. Each one lasting about 3 minutes.
Wow, 50 times a month. That shows you how much we lean on it for little things throughout the day. And in the US market, it just crushes the competition. 21 million downloads, way ahead of apps like Waze.
And a big reason for that reliance is the accuracy. You mentioned we lean on it. Well, we can because it's reliable. The sources point to 97% accuracy for ETA predictions. That's incredibly high.
97%. That makes a huge difference when you're actually trying to plan something. Plus, it's pretty efficient on data, surprisingly. About 2.19 megabytes an hour, which works out to like 67 kilobytes per mile. So you're not usually chewing through your data plan, just trying to get somewhere.
Exactly. And moving beyond just us as individual users, the economic impact is just profound. Google Maps isn't only for finding your way. It's become this critical tool for businesses all over the world. As of 2023, there were over 200 million businesses and places listed on Maps.
200 million.
And think about how it's woven into the web, that API technology. An incredible 73% of US websites and businesses use Google Maps API. Those are the tools that let other websites easily embed maps, show locations, calculate routes.
73%. That basically means it's fundamental infrastructure for online business presence now, and it translates into serious money. Morgan Stanley estimated its revenue hit $11.1 billion in 2023.
Yeah, a massive jump from around $3 billion just back in 2019.
And where does most of that come from? Advertising, right? Like 82% is from ads, localized ads, those promoted pins you see, trying to drive foot traffic to actual stores.
That's right. And they make it quite accessible for businesses and developers to integrate these features. That Google Maps Platform API, it gives out a $200 free credit each month, which sounds small, Maybe, but it's enough for over 28,000 map loads. That really fuels a lot of innovation, especially for smaller players.
That's a smart way to build an ecosystem.
Definitely. And it's not just outdoors anymore. Indoor maps are a big thing too. Over 10,000 indoor maps now with detailed 3D models. Think airports, shopping malls, guiding over 2 million people daily through these complex indoor spaces.
Right. I've definitely used that in airports. It's a lifesaver sometimes. And it clearly works for businesses looking to get noticed. The sources mentioned some case studies, like New Balance managing reviews, Amic Energy getting a 230% visibility boost. Decathlon saw a 179% increase. It's clear that being visible and well represented on Google Maps is, well, critical for local commerce now.
Absolutely critical. And the sheer scale of its reach is just, well, global. It covers 250 countries and territories. And Google Earth, which is related, has mapped over 36 million square miles. It holds something like 40,000 terabytes of geospatial info. It's staggering.
40,000 terabytes, and it's not static, right? It's constantly being updated.
Constantly is the word. The numbers are mind-boggling. It gets 200 contributions per second from users.
Per second, wow.
Yeah, adding up to 200 million pieces of user data every single day. And on top of that, Google itself pushes out 50 million updates, daily new map tiles, traffic info, speed limits across all those regions. They're even pushing on language support. Added 39 new languages back in 2018. The goal is eventually to support all 133 languages in Google Translate.
That's incredible ambition. It really aims to be a universal map.
And looking even broader, it's integrating more and more into smart city initiatives. You see real-time public transit updates in over 500 cities now. That's shown to cut waiting times by up to 12% for many urban travelers. And the live traffic data isn't just for drivers. It helps cities with urban planning, potentially reducing congestion by up to 18%.
So it's shaping our cities, too.
Okay.
And even the future of transport, right?
Wow.
Autonomous vehicle integrations. They're testing those in 50 pilot cities with over 15 car makers.
Exactly. It's building the digital layer for how we'll move around in the future.
Okay, so all these incredible stats, the global reach, the constant updates, it all points back to something crucial. None of this scale would be possible without that massive community of users. Which brings us right to the local guides program. Why did they even start that?
Well, the core idea was pretty straightforward. Google Maps needed more detail, more current information about local places, businesses, the stuff that changes all the time. And who knows that information best? The people who actually live there and go to those places.
The people on the ground. Makes sense.
So the program was born to harness that local knowledge. But that raises a key question. How do you get millions of people to contribute? And how does one person's input even matter in such a huge system?
Right. How does my photo of a cafe make a difference?
Exactly. And the Local Guides program tackles this with a clever incentive system. Basically, you contribute content and you earn points. It covers almost everything useful: writing reviews, uploading photos or videos, making edits to existing info, adding completely new places or roads, even answering questions people ask about a place, or fact-checking details someone else added.
Okay, so writing a review gets you points. A longer review gets you bonus points. Photos, videos, adding a place, they all have different point values. Even just rating a place, like giving it stars, gets you a point. Or answering a quick question, it really encourages all kinds of participation.
Precisely. And as you earn points, you move up through levels. Starts at level 1, goes all the way up to level 10. Reaching higher levels unlocks perks. From level 4 onwards, you get a badge that shows up on your contributions in Maps. You might also get early access to new Google features, sometimes invites to special events, or even discounts on Google hardware.
So there are tangible benefits beyond just helping out. Creates a bit of gamification, maybe, and community.
Very much so.
Yeah.
It fosters participation and a sense of belonging. And the scale of that community is immense. We're talking 120 million local guides across 24,000 cities around the world.
120 million. That's an army of local experts constantly refining the map.
It really is. And that scale, that power of the crowd leads us right into the story we wanted to spotlight today. How one individual's contributions can genuinely reflect the program's spirit and have a real visible impact.
And that individual is Matthew McGuire. His story is just fascinating. He's a level 7 local guide, which, believe me, takes serious dedication and a lot of contributions. And the impact. His photos and reviews on Google Maps have generated over 23 million views.
23 million? That's incredible reach for one person's contributions.
Isn't it? Over 22 million views just on his photos, plus hundreds of thousands on his reviews. And this isn't new for him. His contributions go back over 10 years, and he's still adding content.
And what's really interesting is why he started. The source material says he began while living in southern Illinois. His motivation wasn't points initially, it was genuinely about helping local businesses. He wanted them to reach more people using photos and good descriptions. Being a business owner himself, he understood how powerful word of mouth is, how important that visibility could be.
That's a great perspective. So he saw it as a way to support his community.
Exactly. His very first review, more than 11 years ago, was for a place called Quattro's Deep Pan Pizza in Carbondale, Illinois. He knew even that one review could help.
So, okay, fast forward. What does all this activity look like over time for Matthew? You said it's more than points.
Oh, absolutely. It's basically become a living map of his own life and travels. He's journeyed all across the U.S., and wherever he goes, he contributes, reviewing small local shops, big arenas, everything in between. There's an example from 10 years ago, Park City Mountain Resort in Utah. He reviewed their shuttle service during the Sundance Film Festival in 2014, mentioning how vital it was for getting between screenings. It's specific, helpful context.
So his reviews capture these moments in time. It's like a public digital diary in a way.
In a very real way, yes. His contributions track his moves. He moved from southern Illinois to Denver about 6 or 7 years ago. And sure enough, his reviews shift to Colorado businesses, like one from 8 years ago for the Fillmore Auditorium in Denver after seeing a Galactic concert. He usually focuses on providing positive info, good photos, helpful details, aiming to lift businesses up.
And he kept going in Colorado.
Hundreds of reviews in that region. Then, about 4 years ago, he moved again, this time to Waco, Texas. And just like before, he started contributing heavily there, covering the southern Texas area. So yeah, his review history maps his relocations, his vacations, his concert going, his daily life. He even started adding videos back in 2022.
That's amazing. It really illustrates how these contributions can tell a personal story while also being incredibly useful to others. What are some of the major places he's covered?
Oh, lots of big cities show up. New Orleans, Las Vegas, Dallas, quite a few places in Florida, Alabama, New Mexico. All told, he's made over 2,300 contributions, each one a little piece of shared knowledge.
2,300, and he's still doing it. Why does he keep going?
The sources say it's because he fundamentally sees the value in supporting businesses. It's not just about him anymore. He's built a small following too, 164 followers,
Okay.
and he follows about 93 people himself. He's not just passively using the map, he's actively shaping it, helping countless others navigate and discover.
What a great example of the human element behind this massive tech platform. So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's just incredibly clear how Google Maps evolved, hasn't it? From simple directions to this all-encompassing platform for finding information, discovering places, supporting businesses. And the crucial point is that this whole powerful engine runs on the collective energy, the voluntary work of millions of people like Matthew McGuire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the next time you use Google Maps, maybe looking up directions, checking store hours, finding a park, remember that the richness of that information, its accuracy, its usefulness, it comes directly from individuals sharing their local knowledge, their experiences, people like Matthew.
The strength isn't just the algorithms or the satellites. It's this massive crowdsourced intelligence. Every photo, every review, every tiny correction helps build this incredibly detailed digital mirror of our world.
It's a powerful demonstration of shared knowledge, really. How small individual acts can add up to create something truly monumental and useful for everyone.
So maybe think about this next time you open Google Maps. Beyond just getting where you need to go, what's the story being told by all those photos and reviews? And maybe, what will your digital contributions say about your journey?